Hey everybody, I'm Bonnie Barker with BonnieBayCrochet.com and today is Friday. Yes, today we're doing our Friday Fun Live. It's going to be a little different than what I thought it was going to be a couple days ago, but we're going to just roll with it anyway. First off, I just want to say thank you to my sweet, wonderful, amazing friend Vicki Cowan, who is moderating for us today. As many of you know, Becky has a new job, and so she is actually working very hard right now. But she's not able to be with us for this particular broadcast. She'll be with us when she can, but I just want you to please welcome Vicki to our broadcast today. She's been a dear friend for many years, a friend that I've met through church. We've homeschooled children together, and just a gem of a person. So anyway, let me go ahead and see who is in our chat. I saw a lot of you waiting so faithfully. Hey Esther, thank you for being there too. Please give Joseph a hug for me. I'm going to say hello to Louisa. Hey Louisa. I think she saw a picture on our thumbnail. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit, Louisa. And Joni, she's like, what are you making today? I'm going to show you in just a bit. So thanks for joining us, Joni. Is it Viviticus? Thank you for joining us. I hope I said that right. And Leon from the Isle of Wight in the UK. Wow. Thank you for joining us. And Wanda, so good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Wanda's our faithful truck driver, helping to keep all of us supplied and everything we need during, I guess, any time, but especially all of life right now. Thank you for all that you're doing. And my Swiss friend Emmeline, thank you for joining us today. And we just got a bunch of comments coming in. Kathy Breyer says she's listening to ads. Sorry, Kathy, but thanks for being patient with those because that really helps me to do what I do. And Heather Jones, hey there. And Carrie from Australia. Wow. It makes me want to go back there every time I see some of these places pop up in the chat, like Switzerland, Australia, and any other place that I haven't been yet. We have Amarina. Thank you for joining us. And Gloria and Sue and Linda from Northern Ireland. Vicky, one reason I love doing this, I feel like I'm getting a geography lesson. It's just amazing, just seeing real people from these amazing places. And Carol from our neighbor in Canada. Thank you for joining us, Carol. And Luella, thank you for joining us, my friend. I so appreciate interacting with you this week, and you're in my prayers. We all are. And Marley, it jumped right as I was reading it. I just got a bunch of comments in, guys. Sorry about that. I need to get better at this, but hey. Marley from South Dakota, Maryland, and see Virginia, and let's see, is it Margita? Hello. And let's see, is it Nettie? If I'm saying that right, from Scotland. Wow. That's my sister's favorite place. She got to live her dream and traveled to Scotland probably 10 or 15 years ago. She loves it there. And we have, is it Mary Lou? Thank you for commenting there. I'm going to have to look up your comment in Google Translate later, but thank you for commenting. I will look that up. I need to work on my Spanish. I'm sorry. And let's see, Michelle, Regina, or is it Regine? And Ann Butler, thank you for joining us all the way from Northwest Indiana. She says they're hot and humid today. They're predicting that for us here too, so we'll see. It was actually cold this week. We were like in the 60s for a while in the Carolinas here. And we're not in the mountains either. We're along the lowlands. So wow, it's been kind of cool, you know. Had to walk out with a jacket this week. And Laurie from Missouri. And let's see, Pat Dancer, she says, hi, sweet lady, hope you're well. Oh, thank you, Pat. Yes, God is good. We're getting along. I get to see my husband in a little while. He's actually traveling with two of our children south, so I get to see him. I haven't seen him in about a month, so I'm really looking forward to that. We have Evelyn from London, Melissa from Malaysia, Johanna from South Africa. Wow, thank you. I've got some yarn to show you in a bit from South Africa, Johanna. I hope you like it. We have Amora from Bali. Wow. Rosie King from Lincolnshire, if I'm saying that right. And Kathy from Ontario. Wow. Lorraine from Utah. Well, I'm I'm going to just dive right in here. A lot more coming in. Thank you so much, Angie and Tamala, Creatively Tracy. Is it Ada? Ada? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing, guys. From the British Columbia, Canada. And Kathy Breyer says, cleaning strawberries while listening in, getting ready for strawberry shortcakes with homemade short. Oh, that sounds really good. Send me a piece if you can. Um, and see, Debbie from Ontario says, I have done up the rectangle granny square lap blanket. I love it. It's so easy to do. Thank you. I'm so glad you did enjoy that. And Mary from Michigan and Yvonne. Thank you, Jane Chapman. And oh, Marie Proudfoot. Marie, you're in the chat. Hey, Marie, she's my friend from down south of me here. And Jane says, hi, everyone from steamy Massachusetts. Oh, I bet you guys are dying up there. When I lived up there, boy, if the temperature got above 70, people hated it. It was so hot to them. So I hope you guys endure that. I know it's tough. And we have a Rebecca from West Virginia, Swati from LA, and Mary Russell. I hope I got everybody. I'm really trying. I hope I see Kathleen Champ is in the chat. Hey, Kathleen. All you faithfuls are here. Kay from Texas. See, Heather Jones says, your heart throw, was it, I am going to do it for my friend soon. Okay, great. Debbie says, I keep practicing the cable stitch, but it's frustrating for me. Sorry, Debbie. Yeah, these are intermediate kind of stitches, and there is a learning curve. There's no way around that. I wish there were, but there really isn't. But yeah, but if you stick with it, just maybe it'll click. I am actually going to be, I wasn't going to talk about this yet, but stay tuned. I am actually going to be teaching some Zoom classes through CGOA coming up soon. And one of the classes is called I Love Cables. It's going to be like 1 hour installments, 3 different hours. And where we'll be able to interact directly. You can show me what you're doing on the screen, and I can try to show you how to do it and try to, give teacher feedback, Zoom method. So it's not the same as being at a conference, but that is not on the option list for this year, as you well know, because of COVID-19. So I don't even know a lot of information on that, but signups are coming. These are not going to be free. These are for a charge, and the benefits, of course, me and Crochet Guild of America. They're rolling out information very soon. So as soon as I find out and I'm cleared to tell you, I will let you all know about that. If that's something you're interested in doing, you'll of course know that there are many videos on my YouTube channel that are free, that are totally cost free, but there is an added advantage of having interaction with the teacher. Although I really wish it could be more hands-on, like in the class where I can come over and we could actually touch and in a good way, and kind of direct how the stitches go. But I think the Zoom might be the next best thing, maybe a step above just a non-interactive video. So we'll see. But anyway, let me go ahead and tell you what happened today. I was so excited about today because today was going to be a big deal, and I even talked about it yesterday in the live time that I had on Annie's Facebook, not Annie's, Crochet World Magazine Facebook page yesterday at noon. And thank you for those of you who joined me there. That was really great to see everybody, saying hi and listening. So I wasn't just talking to myself. But anyway, I was supposed to get the YouTube award thing. It was scheduled for delivery all week long. It said you'll have it by Thursday. Well, lo and behold, I'm not kidding. Thursday at supper time, it says, well, guess what, guys? We're going to deliver it to you by Friday at 9 p.m. So I'm like, no. But anyhow, so I'm going to have to delay that. I don't think I can wait opening it an entire week. So what I'm going to do, assuming that UPS sticks to the delivery schedule that they said they would do last night, and I don't have my fingers crossed. I'm trusting in God, not UPS on this one, especially after the switcheroo after a week worth of promises this past week. So, okay, try to calm down. Okay, all right, no bad attitudes. This is a happy place. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to probably do the unboxing and record it with my family. And try to get as many of them to participate with me as I can, because they're between my family here and then you guys being my family online are what really made this happen. So I'm going to record it and I'll release that for Monday, as my video for the Monday, for the week coming up, assuming it gets here by then. But anyhow, I do have a special gift for you. It's in, don't look at it now, but it's in the video description below. I'm not even going to tell you what the design is. However, I will tell you that it's a design from this book, and these the designs in here are, as you know, are not on my public YouTube channel. These have an unlisted link, so the only way to get these is to purchase the book or the patterns. The patterns are available individually as well. So it is a I will say this, it's a scarf, and I think you'll like it. And the link is in the video description below. It just says thank you gift, and it has one for right-handed and one for left-handed. And I will say that of that particular design, you can use any yarn you have on hand, and you can make it any size by choosing to repeat it a lot or not repeat it a lot, and make it can be a small little scarf, or it could be a nice wrap shawl. And you can use wool, you can use thin yarn, you can use thick yarn, you can use whatever. I won't say any more about it, but that's my way to say thank you. I know some of you already have the book, and it's not going to be really anything special for you, but those of you who don't, it's a chance to try the book. But also, this is not going to be made public. This is only known to you all because you're watching right now, because most people don't even look at the video links. So it's there. So when you go to it, enjoy. I hope you enjoy that. If you want to pass it along to a friend, that's fine with me. I don't mind that. When you watch the video, it is going to have a screenshot at one point that says about not sharing this because it's copyrighted material. Don't worry about that. Okay, this is the one thing I'll say. I'm giving you all a pass on that. I'm not going to publish this. This is just between me and you, okay? So I hope that blesses some of you out there. And if you, the link works. So like I say, I've gotten, one other thing about this. I was checking on some of the reviews on this to see if there were any questions I had to answer on Amazon, and people were complaining about, oh, the links don't work and all of that. I don't know if they were trolling my channel or not, but I will tell you the links do work. Sometimes if you only have the book and don't have the digital one, it's hard to just copy, syllable by syllable to get that in just right, which is why I have the digital one available for free when you purchase the book from Amazon. But if you have purchased this and you ever have any trouble getting the links, you know where I am. I respond to my email. Ask me before you go to Amazon and post a scathing, and I don't think any of you all did that, but someone just put a couple scathing, reviews on this, and that doesn't bless me. All the information for my contact is in the book. It's on my website. I want people to come to me. If there's a problem, come talk to me before you talk to the world. That's just all I ask. And I know most of you aren't the ones doing this, but fussing is in these days on social media, which is why I don't stay on it a lot. But anywho, enough of that. I just wanted to really bless you all with that, and thank you again for helping me and us together to reach the 100,000 subscriber milestone. I checked the numbers today. We're real close to getting to 116,000 right now, which kind of boggles my mind. I never thought I'd be here in a place like that. So I'm just really grateful. And so anyway, let me go see. I know I missed a lot of comments here. I'm not going to get a chance to go through all of them, but I will read them later, I promise. And like always, if you have a question you need answered today, contact me. Put it in the comment section once the video has rendered, or you can contact me anytime at bonniebay@me.com, and I do answer my mail. I'm a child of the past where we believe in responding to people when they contact us. okay, I won't go any further than that, but you know what I'm saying. There are a lot of people out there. I mean, I've even contacted a very important organization this week about something very important. Luella knows what I'm talking about. I'm still waiting for an answer. It's just crickets. So respond to people, you know, even if it's not a pleasant thing. So anyway, I'm complaining, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but that's okay. Let's see, who do we have here? We have Carrie Randall. Hey, Carrie. She says she's been crocheting the wheat cable scarf. I hope you enjoy that. I like doing that video. I know the video, that one in particular is with the brown yarn. I know it's not as easy to see as some of the others, but I was using Australian yarn that I picked up in Sydney, and the stuff is made out of possum, but not American possum. It's a different animal. So that was just a lot of fun. I just had to have something special for that yarn, but I'm glad you're enjoying that and can do that. Emmeline has a question. Thank you, Bonnie. Would it be okay to replace that stole like the one picture I sent you today? Replace it. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if you can contact me, Emmeline, we can talk more on that. I'm not following you right at the moment here. Thank you, Tammy, for your sweet encouragement. You guys are great. Hey, Johnny, I just saw your name pop up there. How are you doing? I hope things are going well with you down in South Florida. Let's see, we have Arlene. Hey, Arlene, thank you for joining us. And let's see, Tamala. I see Tam says, thank you so much. Thank you, Tamala. And see, Pat says, I'm surrounded by bonbons and a few squares made. I'm taking my time and enjoying it. Thanks for the tutorial. Oh, great, Pat. For those of you who don't know, she's talking about this Bonbon Blanket right here. This is made using Eco Cotton yarn. It's distributed by Good Loops Yarn, and it's made in South Africa. It's made by Nurturing Fibers Company, and they employ a lot of indigenous peoples that live in that area of South Africa. And it's I know, talking with Stephanie and Jennifer, I think Jennifer's the one who was telling me about, they employ a lot of women who really, I believe this is the correct thing, and who have escaped abusive situations and things like that. So I mean the yarn is not cheap, but the yarn is great yarn. So and you're really supporting people in a really good way, people who are really good folks. If that wasn't the case, I promise you I would have nothing to do with it. And Aisha says, just got my bonbons for the blanket. Cannot wait to make it. I hope you enjoy it. I just loved all those colors in the bag myself, and the feel of it. I'm going to be talking about this in just a minute, but this is, if you don't want to get the bonbons and just want to make, a limited number of colors, I have these balls like this. Now this is a different kind. This is called EcoFusion, which is similar, and I'm going to be showing you something. Oh, let me go ahead and show this to you now while we're talking about it. I had so much fun making this. This is the first time I'm showing this publicly. This is the wheat cabled Heirloom baby blanket. It's made up of squares. So let me see if I can get a good picture of that. Can you see that? It's a combination of the large wheat stitch and the small wheat stitch. And this is the EcoFusion. This is 50% cotton, 50% bamboo. It's a DK weight. And look at the drape. Can you see that? I mean, this just feels amazing. And for those of you who are interested in these particular colors, I do have all that you need for this. This is coming in July. July is going to be a big square Afghan month for my channel. So this is one of the projects coming. This will probably be coming in later July, because I want to give Stephanie and Jennifer enough time to get this yarn in stock before it's released. So we don't have, like we did with the bonbons, with the COVID-19, that was such an issue. But that was all companies. But things are coming back, and so I want to make sure that this is here before it's released. Okay, the colors in this, this one is called Blossom, this light color with that I trimmed it with, And this color here is called Sweet Pea. I used 5 of these balls, 5 of this color, and 4 of this color. Okay, so it's Blossom, Sweet Pea. All that information is in the video description below. It's available through Good Loop. So if you wanted to do that, you're going to need a total of 9, or you can even, mix and match, whatever you want to do, or even make it a solid color. I think just a solid white color, or the natural cream color would look amazing. As you know, any of these Aran kind of things. So yeah. Oh, hi Judy. So Judy, in Brazelton, Georgia. Hey, that's not too far from here, I'm guessing. I purchased a couple of t-shirts and bags from your site. They will be here next week. So, oh, thank you, Judy. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I've added to my store, guys, and I am really enjoying these. If you do get the women's comfort shirts, though, order larger than what you need. The regular, the regular standard t-shirts are fine, just whatever you're used to. But if you get the women's comfort, it's the ones that kind of have more of a ginger instead of the Gilligan t-shirt shape. These do run tight. So I'm actually normally a medium in most shirts nowadays. Bless God, I can say that. I didn't used to be able to say that last year, but on this particular one, I'm wearing an extra large. It's a little big on me right now, but once it goes through the washer and dryer, it's going to fit me better. But so I actually went 2 sizes up on that. But the other shirts are fine, like the sweatshirts and things. I just got the medium, and they're great. So you know how it is. It's just women's clothing and style these days. It's just what they feel like they got to do with these sizes, trying to make us feel bad. I don't know, but anyway. Oh, Gloria, thank you. Look at you. You're such a sweetheart. And she says, I have all your books, still learning how to read patterns. Well, thank you, Gloria, for your support there. I do have a video on beginning reading patterns, but of course it's not totally comprehensive. But if it makes you feel any better, I'm actually learning how to read knit patterns. I'm learning, and basically it comes down to this: all the little letters they put together, the little acronyms and things. It's just understanding what that means. And I'm actually going to be starting a project this week as soon as the knitting needles I need come in the mail. And it's going to be fun. It's knitting with broomstick. And it's a design I saw when I was in Switzerland, and it's actually a free pattern with this particular yarn company. And I've asked them permission. I haven't heard back yet, but if this is as nice as I think it's going to be, I want to show you how to do this pattern. But I've written to the company asking for permission, and as soon as I get their permission to begin filming a video, once I learn it, I want to put this out there for you, because there's nothing like it. I've never seen anything like this, and it's gorgeous. And it'll take a small thing of mohair and just make it into a gorgeous garment. So, but I need to learn how to do it right first, because it is mohair. And if you've ever worked with mohair, you don't go back on mohair. You don't rip out mohair. Whatever you do with mohair stays in mohair. So I need to be very careful how I proceed with that. But anyway, just something to look forward to. I'll go ahead and put this over here, so you all can look at it. I just really enjoyed this. The yarn was amazing. I do have another one to show you. Oh, thank you, Anne. She says, oh, and to let you all know, I mentioned this last week, the t-shirts are not as expensive as some other stores, because I tried to lower it down, as close to the bottom as I could. I don't want to ask the price of something to be more than what I would personally pay for it, and sometimes I can be kind of cheap. So I just want to keep budgets in mind. Save money in some places so we can spend it in others, right? Like on yarn. But anyway, Heather Washington, she says, hi Bonnie from Colorado, love your videos, I love all your patterns. Oh, thank you so much for your encouragement, Heather. I so appreciate your comments, you all. That really does, it really has kept me going through this COVID-19 thing. I was telling my husband last night, because I miss him so much. We've been, the story. We've been living apart to help care for my mother-in-law, and he has to still go to work and 500 miles away, so you can't exactly commute every day with that kind of distance unless you own your own private jet or something, which we're not there yet. So anyway, if it wasn't for the grace of God, I'll put that in the number one column, and a pile of yarn and crochet ideas, I'm not sure how I would have gotten through this. And we're still there. We're still working through. So I mean, I know other people have other coping techniques, but yarn has been a tremendous blessing. This whole craft has just been incredible. Yeah, Pat Dancer says bonbons were a pandemic treat to myself. And then Lynn, hey Lynn, she says, yay, I made it better late than never. Well, welcome, Lynn. And Ann Butler says, this is a request. I have crocheted for years, but I know nothing about yarn and what should be used for what. Is it possible to talk about yarn and uses? Thank you. And I actually have some videos on that on my YouTube channel. So if you go to the search bar and just type it, little spyglass thing at the top right hand side of my page, and just type in yarn. I think a couple of those will come up, or just email me, bonniebay@me.com, and I will give you those links. But I will keep that in mind to talk more about that in future talks. I appreciate you suggesting that. That's a great idea. Great point. So, well, and actually, let me go ahead and I got to press on, but I will talk more about that, and definitely check out those videos. Contact me if you can't find them. If you're ever looking for anything on my channel, if you go to my home page and just put the search words you're looking for in that little search bar, if I have it, it should pop up. And I've got over 500 videos up there, so I know I've talked about that a couple of times. Yeah, Angela says, yes, crochet is helping through this pandemic. Yeah, thank you, Angela. Yes, it's really been a blessing to me. Work has been great. Vivitica says, crocheting along with prayer has really helped with my depression. God is good. Amen. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, it's got to be hard, if people already struggle with depression, and who hasn't at some point, but that is hard. You really have to preach, as was it Lloyd Jones? I can't remember his first name, Vicky, but this writer, Christian writer, has said that, is that we shouldn't listen to ourselves, we should preach to ourselves. And I tell myself that, I tell my kids that all the time. Are you listening to yourself, or are you talking to yourself? And meaning, if you're going to talk to yourself, tell yourself positive things, tell yourself things that are true, things that are right, and if that little thing in your head is telling you how awful you are, or you'll never make it and stuff like that, you shouldn't listen to those kinds of voices, because we all have them, I think. But just, that's where Martin Lloyd Jones is his name. He says, don't listen to yourself, preach to yourself. And that will get you through too. Yeah, and Barbara says, and being part of this crochet community during this time too. Yes, Barbara, this is a great group. Man, I wish we could all go out to dinner tonight. That would be amazing. Maybe on that day, we can all have a table set for us and in the kingdom. And those of us who know what I'm talking about, we'll only have eternity to figure that out and get together with our projects. So that's going to be cool. And Leslie, thank you for your comments. It says to Michelle, strength to you. Good to hear you continue to create. Yes, we're meant to create, ladies. And LW says, good day. Where can I get your t-shirt? Look in the bottom, below the video. There's there should be like pictures of shirts down there. My Teespring store. If you just click down there, below the video. And there's also the link in the video description below. So that's all there. And again, I'm not trying to be pushy about it. This is just fun for me. And so I figure if it's fun for me, somebody else out there may enjoy it too. Yeah, Virginia says, crocheting. Esther says, I talk to myself all the time. I do too, Esther. The trick is not getting caught, right? Anyway, Virginia says, crocheting has kept me sane. Thank you all for being so supportive and encouraging. Yeah, you guys are great. And Vicky, again, my friend Vicky, thank you for keeping us safe. And Esther, for keeping us safe with being moderators here, so we don't have to worry too much about negativity. And Leviticus says, yes, Bonnie, I've learned to believe my beliefs and doubt my doubts. I like that. I've never heard that. That's great. Believe your beliefs and doubt your doubts. I'm going to write that down. That sounds like that's something I need to write down somewhere and remember. That is very good, Leviticus. Thank you. And Cheryl says, crocheting has been a very good thing with me for my anxiety. Yes, absolutely. There's very little that a hook and yarn will not cure for me. Um, and thank you, Carla. She says, love all your videos here in Nebraska. Thank you, thank you. And Diana Allen says, made it. I am working on the Listoon Varna shawl. My kids live in Arizona and Florida. My husband passed away. I'm so sorry, Diana. And this has been a lonely time, but with God and crochet, I am making it. Well, that's amazing. I am so sorry to hear about your loss. That has got to be so hard. I cannot imagine. But thank you, Diana. I will put you on my Crochet Friends prayer list, and keep looking up instead of in. I think you know better than I would. You will get through, and hope you can get to Arizona and Florida. That would be great. I've been to both. Grew up in one and visited my uncle in the other. He's got a new home now and with the Lord, but I would love to go back to Arizona. Creatively Tracy says, luckily I have my dogs to talk to, so it doesn't look like I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, I don't have a dog to talk to. That's funny. That's good. And Swati says, crochet is my respite from lots of work drama these days. Unfortunately, I'm ending up working so much I have no time to crochet lately. Oh, Swati, I'm sorry. You will, friend. Just save it for your sweet time. You'll get the time, but hang in there. Yeah, try not to take the drama llamas, as they say, too seriously. Let them have their time, but yeah, you don't have to. What is it? Like with Facebook, you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to, right? I try to not to go to any of those these days. Oh, Suzanne Walker. Hey, Suzanne, it's good to see you. She said, love the Bonbon Blanket, making it for my son to give his soon mother-in-law. Okay, soon to be mother-in-law who loves vintage inspired decor. Well, great. That's cool. Suzanne's just a dear friend. She's the one who did that beautiful thing I have in my studio back home in Maryland. Very handy with both crafts, the needles and the hooks. Pat says, hi from Yorkshire, England. Just got back from shopping in time to catch you live. Yay, Pat. Started the lovely Celtic cross blanket this week. It's looking good so far. Yay. If you have any problems, you know where I am. Not that I can cure it, but if you have any questions, Pat, just contact me and we'll see what we can do. Thank you, Tracy. You're very sweet there. Hey, Debbie. She says, good afternoon. And yeah, well, I have one more thing to show you. I'm going to end a little earlier than I usually would, but before I got a few minutes to go here. Let's see. Let me see if there a question. Okay, Donna has something. Today's turning point devotion was about anxiety. Yes, friends, crochet helps. I've made a lot of stuff, but now back to work and grateful. Yes. Well, I have a new project I think you're going to like. And this one is using the Love Crafts paint box yarns. Of course, this is for a number 4, worsted weight, Aran weight, is 100% acrylic. So, if you don't like paint box yarn, no problem. But I will say, whenever I've used these to date, I have gone through almost 40 balls of this. And I cannot recall even one knot in the yarn ever. So I'm not Miss Sales Lady here, but that was a selling point to me. So anyway, I have an Afghan to show you. It's a summer Afghan in a sense that you can make it during the summer because you're only doing one square at a time. And it's using 20 skeins of paint box yarns, and I have a link for that in the video description below. And just so that you know, the paint box yarns is on sale today on their site. It's 30% off. So, I mean, that's like not quite a third, but close to a third off the regular price. And this is a pretty sizable blanket. I haven't measured it yet, but it almost covers the surface area of a queen size bed. Okay, I used I think 20 squares, and let me give you a close-up of one of the squares. Okay, so for color 1, and you can use any colors, obviously. I'm calling this Carolina Sun because when I ordered the colors, I wanted the yellow, because I love, love, love yellow. It's one of my favorite colors. My dad and I actually painted my first car, which was a 1971 Toyota Corona. Not a Corolla, Corona. It was an old car. It was already 11 years old when I got the car, and it was pretty old. And my dad was real handy and everything, so I always wanted a yellow car. Don't ask me why, but so he helped me paint my first car this color yellow, and I loved it. And my dad was really good. He had all the equipment, and we taped it up. We did it right. It wasn't spray cans, guys. This was like with a air compressor and with a man who knew what he was doing. So so this reminds me of really of just happy times, and I wanted it to be an Afghan that had some hope in it, you know, some hopeful colors, you know, like like the sun is going to come out again. The sun is still shining. You know, you think about the clouds, you know, even on a cloudy day, the sun is still shining. We just can't see it. So, and I just thought the colors reminded me of the beaches here in Myrtle Beach in the Carolinas, where you have the beautiful, I don't even know the name of the grass, but you know, the sea grass growing along the banks, on the sand dunes, and then of course the beautiful sun. And lately there have been Portuguese man of war, but I didn't want to include those because that's not always there. But anyway, so this is called Carolina Sun. It will be coming July 6th. I hope to have the video and the pattern up, ready to go. But if you wanted to do this, you know, of course, you know, just one square at a time. And, you know, with the hot July months, you can just crochet one and put it in a stack. You don't have to be, you know, covered in it and all, and get heated up, so to speak. So the yarn requirements are in the video description, but I'll just tell you real quick. For color number 1, which is the dark yellow, you need 3 skeins, just 3 of these. And let me go ahead and give you, okay, just to verify how many yards this is, because some of you are going to want to, you know, get whatever you have, or maybe even go to your stash, and you may have this already. Each of these is 201 yards. So I don't know if I can do all that math in my head. I'm going to round it to 200, but so for this you'll need 3 skeins or 600 yards. I don't need my glasses for this. And color number 2, you're going to need 4 skeins or 800 yards. Color number 3, which is the light color, you're going to need 5 skeins or 1,000 yards. And the dark color that I used for the trim and the border, and yeah, this ribbing is wonderful, but it eats up a lot of yarn. And you're going to need 8 skeins, so 8 times 2, that's 1,600 yards of that color. Okay, so color 1, you're going to need 3, color 2, 4, color 3, 5, color 3, 5 skeins, and color 4, you're going to need 8. So I hope that helps. If you know, if y'all want to, you know, check that out. Again, there's a link in the video description below to Lovecraft store if you need that. It is an affiliate link, and you know how those work. They don't increase sales or anything like. I mean, they don't make your price any higher. It just benefits me in a small way if you use the link. But again, no pressure. So that's that coming in July. Let me go ahead and I'm going to be reading off my computer behind me. I had problems with our little printer here. You know, when you're away from home and the electronics don't always work the same. Well, as I was telling somebody, I was trying to print a copy of something kind of important yesterday, and I had to actually go to an electronic signature instead of my hand signature, because the thing wouldn't print for me. So, like I always say, you have to stand on your head, click your heels together 3 times, and say the alphabet backwards, and then maybe it'll work. But even that didn't work. Not that I did that, but anyhow. Um, Let me go ahead and check the real chat just to make sure, see if there's any questions. Swati wants to know, how big is the finished blanket? I don't know yet, Swati. I have some of that information in the computer, but I haven't actually done a final measurement with this. I just finished the border this week. I was really stumped for a couple weeks, didn't know how to finish this because I didn't want it to look frilly. I wanted it to be kind of masculine, um, you know, or kind of neutral in that regard. So I ended up just going with my good old standby ribbing, and I really think it looks better with that than anything else I would have done, because I didn't want anything to compete with the texture or the colors inside. I didn't want to disrupt the geometric pattern in any way. So all that to say, I don't know. I'll have to measure it, and it will. I'll get back to you as the weeks get closer. But the other thing about this is it'd be very easy to just make it any size you want. All you'd have to do is buy a little bit extra yarn and make more squares. Okay, so, and you could even do the math. If you're mathematical, you can almost figure out how much yarn, but I don't have it measured out by yards, obviously, but I just the whole project. But anyway, if you really want to get into the math, you can do that, but I would just order extra yarn. Who doesn't like extra yarn in their stash, right? Um, so we have some really, really nice comments here. Kelly says, love both of them, but especially the yellow and brown. Yeah, I've had my eyes on these colors at Lovecrafts for a long time. And I actually bought a bunch of it and didn't know what I was going to do with it. But it's like, this is going to be an Afghan. I don't know what kind, but I want to do this. So I bought 5 of every color. Obviously, I have extra of some colors. And then I had to wait 3 or 4 months because of the COVID-19 thing to get extra yarn of the dark brown to finish it. So that was a little bit of a bummer. Saga of a designer during a pandemic. You run out of stuff. So I was just really glad that I was able to get more of the same dye lot and everything. So that worked out really well. Thank you, Leslie. She says, I love the textures and pattern. Yeah, and it's stitches that, if you follow me at all, I mean, these are not hard stitches. This is mostly ribbing, 4-post cable, and woven stitch, and I did use the knurl to construct it. I know some of you, that's kind of a nightmare stitch, but I just haven't come up with anything better that I like the look of just yet. But you could always slip stitch it together. That's another option. Just use slip stitches, or even just sew it by hand if you don't like the knurl. Thank you all for all your sweet comments here. So I'm guessing this is a hit. Let's see if there's any. I'm looking for questions. Oh, Carrie says, my dad painted my first car also. Happy memories. Yes. Yeah, I mean, we never won any contests with that car. And I was just thankful if I made it across town and back. I still have vivid memories of driving it back from about 30 miles away from home. And I was coming home. It was like coming home off of over an hour-long drive, and I was really within 3 blocks of my house, and my timing chain broke while I was driving on that car. And it took me probably another 8 or 9 months to get the money together to replace the timing chains. It's not a timing belt in this particular model. It actually had 2 timing chains with an overhead cam. And okay, getting too geeky on the car thing, but when you have an old car and your dad's a mechanic, you learn how to take off carburetors and change spark plugs and get your hands greasy. But that was before the day I had fancy yarn, so it didn't matter. See, Pat says, I had a yellow Ford Fiesta years ago. Wasps were attracted to it. Oh no, Pat, that's awful. Oh, I hate wasps. And let's see. Oh, Viviticus likes it. Thank you. And so does Debbie. And is it Ivan? I'm not going to pronounce this wonderful Spanish. Is it Miranda? I don't know which is your first and last name, but I'm going to look your comment up, and thank you for commenting. I will figure that one out with Google Translate. Um, let's see, Swati. Okay, I answered that. Yes, she says it looks cozy. Oh, Jane's like she's drooling over it. That's funny. Um, and Jacqueline the Fridge, hey. And let's see, yes, Angela says beautiful yellow sunshine. Yeah, that was the goal. Just focus on the positive, you know, just wanted something that's just going to be bright and hopeful. Um, oh, Mary says, we have the Portuguese man of war here at Atlantic Beach in Emerald Isle, North Carolina, too. Yeah, Mary, they're talking about, they showed some of these things. Last time I saw those on the beach washed up was, I was a Girl Scout, and we were um, camping somewhere, and it was along the coast, and I remember seeing those things and being careful not to step on those little stingers, because even when they're lying almost lifeless on the beach, they can really, really hurt you. So you got to be careful. I'm not going in that water anytime soon, I promise you. I don't have the opportunity to really go to the beach here, but since I kind of need to stay near the house, but yeah, I don't have, it kind of takes out the incentive when those things are floating around in there with you. I don't like sharing my beaches with those things. Um, Rita says, what about the cable? Okay, Rita's late to the discussion. Rita, this is a baby blanket that is coming out. These are both coming out in July. The baby blanket is with the Good Loops yarn by Nurturing Fibers. Links are in the video description below, and the paint box yarn for the other one. These are coming in July. The videos will be up sometime in July. I'm going to shoot for July 6th for the yellow for Carolina Sunshine, and later in the month for the baby blanket. So just to let you know. And Angela's asking for the size of the blanket. I don't have the specifics just yet, but I will say you can make it any size you want simply by adding or subtracting squares from it. And was it Savvy Rock Chick? I like that name. Thank you for joining us. And well, anyway, it is 12:47. Oh yeah, Mary says they're beautiful but scary. I guess you're talking about the Portuguese man of war. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I like blue, and they're a beautiful, gorgeous blue color, just lying there on the beach, ready to sting you to death. You know. Yeah, just they are pretty amazing. Yeah, Mary says pool for me. Yeah, I'll take the pool with all the chlorine. Yeah, I'm good with that too. Don't have to have sand in places that you didn't know you had. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. And Tammy says, I've always loved this word sunshine. Yeah, sunshine. Since I was a little girl, the sun can't be seen on a cloudy day or night, but still there for us, just as the Son of God, unseen, but there, still there. Amen. Yes, yes, that is great. Thank you, Mary. Mary's asking, how is Bobby? Thank you all for praying. I put a prayer request up on both my YouTube and Facebook page just to pray for him. He's doing well. I didn't see him in the chat just now. He may be sleeping or something, but I've been in touch with him through Facebook Messenger, and he says he's fine. He's still recovering though. Last I talked to him, he still was having trouble getting his medication. I don't know what was with that, but hopefully the antibiotics are there for him now and working, but he was well enough to be released, so thank you. Bobby is a friend of ours in our crochet group here, and he was hospitalized with a lung infection. It was not COVID-19 that they're aware, and he is home recovering. So thank you for your prayers, and continue to pray for him if you think of him. He's a really nice guy. He's a young man. He's confined to a wheelchair, but he's really excited about getting one that's motorized now, and he's in the process of writing a book. So be thinking of him if you can. I know he would really appreciate it. And I'm gonna just, I think I'm gonna say, hey Carrie, yeah, it's 12:48 or 12:49. Yeah, and I do need to go because my husband is going to be here shortly, and I want to be able to answer any questions and be done. And I do want to read something to you all. I was reading this morning. Let's see, I got another question. Yeah, Sandra's working on a second quilt. Hey, Sandra, you should talk with our administrator, Vicky, one of our moderators. She's a big quilter. She says, I'm on my second quilt to finish my granny's quilt, and then I'll be back to my passion of crochet. Yay, cool. So Brat's mom says, I don't know how to swim, so no beach for me. Wading pools are fine. Absolutely. Yeah, you know, the beach is great. You know, it's kind of fun getting out there in the waves, but you just need to make sure that you're not swimming with things that you don't want to be swimming with. Oh, thank you, Savvy Rock Chick. She says, I look forward to your readings. Yeah, thank you, Sandra. Yeah, definitely, definitely. And if you all want me to pray for you, just email me. I'll be glad to add you to my list. I'll have a verse for you guys, then I'm going to head out. And this is from Ephesians 5, 1 and 2. I didn't get a lot of reading in this morning, but I got this much, and I thought this would be appropriate, especially in light of, you know, current events and so forth. Therefore, be imitators of God as beloved children, and walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. Well, on that note, I think I'm going to have to say goodbye, and I will look forward to seeing you all next Friday. And I did hear the doorbell ring, and if that was the delivery man with what I think he has, I'm going to make a video, and I will post it for you all on Monday. Okay, don't forget the free gift in the video description below. Well, it's a little thank you. So feel free to share that if you'd like. I don't have any problems with that, and just enjoy. God bless. Bye-bye.